Silence holds the key to unlocking your wildest dreams. It's the gateway to a life beyond your imagination. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to transform your entire existence. All it takes is stepping into the quiet space within you. Think about it. How often do you truly allow yourself to be silent? In our noisy world, we're constantly bombarded with information, opinions, and distractions. Our minds chatter endlessly, rehashing the past and worrying about the future. But in that noise, we lose touch with our true selves and our infinite potential. When you embrace silence, something magical happens. You tap into a wellspring of creativity, wisdom, and power that's always been there, waiting for you to notice it. It's like turning down the volume on a radio and suddenly hearing a beautiful song that was playing softly in the background all along. In silence, you start to hear your inner voice, not the critical one that doubts and judges, but the wise, loving voice that knows your true worth. This voice has been trying to guide you your whole life, but it's been drowned out by the noise of the world and your own busy thoughts. As you practice being silent, you'll notice changes happening within you. Your mind becomes clearer, like a still lake reflecting the sky. You start to see solutions to problems that once seemed impossible. Ideas and inspiration flow to you effortlessly. You feel a sense of peace and contentment that doesn't depend on external circumstances. But here's the really exciting part. The changes don't stop within you. As you cultivate inner silence, the world around you begins to shift. Opportunities start appearing out of nowhere. The right people show up in your life at just the right time. Things that used to frustrate you now roll off your back. You find yourself in a state of flow where life seems to unfold with ease and grace. This isn't just wishful thinking or new age fluff. It's based on cutting-edge research in neuroscience and quantum physics. When you quiet your mind through meditation and mindfulness, you literally change the structure and function of your brain. You create new neural pathways that support positivity, creativity, and resilience. At the quantum level, your thoughts and emotions are sending out vibrations that interact with the energy field around you. When you're in a state of inner turmoil, you're essentially broadcasting static. But when you cultivate inner silence, you become like a clear channel, able to receive and transmit on a much higher frequency. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're stuck in negative thought patterns and emotional reactivity, you're tuned into a station playing nothing but problems and limitations. But when you access that quiet space within, you start picking up a new frequency, one of infinite possibilities and abundance. The amazing thing is you don't have to do anything to make this happen. You don't need to struggle or force change. All you need to do is get out of your own way and allow the natural intelligence of your body and mind to work its magic. Silence is the doorway to that state of allowing. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great, but my life is chaos. I don't have time to sit in silence. I get it. We all have busy lives with demands and responsibilities, but here's the thing. You don't need hours of uninterrupted quiet time to start this process. Even a few minutes a day can make a profound difference. Start small. Set aside just 5 minutes each morning to sit in silence before you start your day. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and simply observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. That's it. No special techniques or complicated rituals required. As you make this a daily practice, you'll find it becomes easier to access that inner quiet space even in the midst of a hectic day. You'll develop the ability to pause and center yourself before reacting to stressful situations. You'll make decisions from a place of clarity rather than confusion. So over time, you may want to extend your silent time. Maybe you'll work up to 15 minutes or even an hour. But don't get hung up on the quantity. It's the quality of your attention that matters most. 5 minutes of true presence is far more powerful than an hour of distracted meditation. Now, let's talk about what happens when you consistently practice accessing this silent space within you. You start to experience what I call coherence, a state where your thoughts, emotions, and physical body are all in alignment. This is when the real magic starts to happen. In coherence, you become a magnet for positive experiences and opportunities. It's as if the universe conspires to bring you exactly what you need. You might call it coincidence or luck, but it's really the result of you tuning into a higher frequency of possibility. You'll notice synchronicities popping up everywhere. Maybe you think of an old friend and they call you out of the blue, or you have an idea for a business, and suddenly you meet someone with exactly the skills and resources you need. These aren't random occurrences. They're the result of you aligning with the infinite field of potential that surrounds us all. As you continue this practice, you'll find yourself naturally letting go of old limiting beliefs and behaviors. Things that used to trigger you emotionally will lose their power. You'll stop feeling like a victim of circumstances and start recognizing your role as a creator of your reality. Your relationships will improve as you bring more presence and compassion to your interactions. You'll communicate more clearly and listen more deeply. People will be drawn to your calm, centered energy. You'll find yourself surrounded by positive, supportive individuals who uplift and inspire you. Your physical health will likely improve as well. Stress is a major contributor to many illnesses, and by cultivating inner silence, you're giving your body a chance to relax and heal. You may notice chronic conditions easing, your energy levels increasing, and a general sense of vitality pervading your life. Your work life will transform as you bring your coherent state into your career or business. You'll make decisions from a place of inspiration rather than fear. Creative solutions will arise effortlessly. You'll become more productive without feeling burned out. Success will come not from pushing and striving, but from inspired action aligned with your true purpose. Financial abundance often follows naturally from this state of coherence. When you're no longer operating from a place of lack and scarcity, you open yourself up to the flow of prosperity. Money becomes simply a tool for expressing your gifts and living your purpose rather than a source of stress and worry. But perhaps the most profound change you'll experience is a deep sense of connection to yourself, to others, and to the world around you. In silence, you tap into the underlying unity of all things. You realize that you're not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. This understanding brings a profound sense of peace and purpose to your life. Now, I want to be clear. This doesn't mean your life will suddenly become perfect or that you'll never face challenges again. Life will still have its ups and downs, but you'll navigate those challenges from a completely different perspective. Instead of being knocked off course by every obstacle, you'll see difficulties as opportunities for growth and learning. You'll develop what I call emotional elegance, the ability to experience your feelings fully without being controlled by them. You'll no longer need to suppress or avoid negative emotions. Instead, you'll welcome all of your experiences as valuable information, knowing that even painful feelings have something to teach you. As you practice being silent, you'll also develop a heightened sense of intuition. You'll start to trust that inner knowing that guides you towards your highest good. Decision-making becomes easier because you're no longer second-guessing yourself or seeking constant validation from others. You'll move through life with a sense of confidence and trust in the unfolding of your journey. One of the most beautiful aspects of this process is how it ripples out into the world around you. As you become more centered and peaceful, you naturally have a calming effect on others. Without saying a word, your presence can help soothe a tense situation or uplift someone who's struggling. You become a living example of the power of inner silence. This doesn't mean you'll never speak up or take action. On the contrary, when you do choose to speak or act, your words and deeds will carry far more power and impact. They'll come from a place of inner clarity and alignment rather than reactivity or ego. You'll know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to wait. As you continue on this path, you may find yourself drawn to share what you've learned with others, not in a preachy or dogmatic way, but simply by living as an example and being open to those who are curious about your transformation. You might find yourself mentoring others, leading workshops, or creating art that expresses the wisdom you've gained through silence. Remember, this journey is not about reaching some final destination or achieving a permanent state of bliss. It's an ongoing process of growth and expansion. There will be times when you forget to practice silence, when you get caught up in the drama of life. That's okay. The key is to keep coming back to that quiet space within you, again and again, each time you return to silence. You're strengthening those neural pathways of peace and presence. You're reinforcing your connection to that infinite field of possibility. You're reminding yourself of who you truly are beyond the noise and chaos of the external world. As you make this practice a consistent part of your life, you'll start to notice that silence becomes your natural state. Even in the midst of activity, you'll carry that inner quiet with you. It becomes the backdrop against which all of life unfolds, allowing you to fully engage with the world while remaining grounded in your true self. This is when life truly becomes magical. You're no longer struggling against the current, trying to force things to happen. Instead, you're flowing with life, co-creating your reality in partnership with the universe. You're living in what some traditions call the zone or the flow state, a place of effortless accomplishment and joyful expression. In this state, you'll find that you no longer need to chase after the things you want in life. Instead, they naturally gravitate towards you. It's as if the universe can finally hear your true desires because you've cleared away all the mental and emotional static that was interfering with the signal. You'll also discover that many of the things you thought you wanted were actually just attempts to fill a void or quiet an inner restlessness. As you become more content in yourself, you may find your desires shifting. You'll be less interested in accumulating stuff and more focused on experiences that bring genuine fulfillment and growth. Your definition of success will likely change as well. Instead of external markers like wealth status or recognition, you'll measure your success by the quality of your inner state and the positive impact you have on others. You'll find deep satisfaction in simply being present and alive, grateful for each moment as it unfolds. This doesn't mean you'll become passive or stop pursuing goals. On the contrary, you may find yourself accomplishing more than ever before, but your actions will come from a place of inspired creativity rather than desperate striving. You'll be motivated by joy and purpose rather than fear or the need to prove yourself. As you continue to deepen your practice of silence, you'll uncover layers of yourself that you never knew existed. You'll tap into talents and abilities that have been dormant, waiting for the right conditions to emerge. You may surprise yourself with sudden bursts of creativity or insights that seem to come out of nowhere. This is your true self emerging, freed from the limitations of conditioned thinking and societal expectations. In silence, you create the space for your authentic essence to shine through. You'll find yourself naturally drawn to activities and relationships that align with your deepest values and passions. One of the most profound gifts of this practice is the ability to be fully present in each moment. Instead of constantly rehashing the past or worrying about the future, you'll find yourself fully engaged with what's happening right now. This is where true joy and fulfillment are found, not in some imagined future, but in the richness of the present moment. As you become more present, you'll notice details and beauty in the world around you that you may have overlooked before. Colors seem more vivid, music more moving, food more delicious. You'll find wonder in simple things, a sunset, a child's laughter, the feel of grass beneath your feet. Life becomes an endless source of awe and appreciation. This heightened awareness also extends to your relationships. You'll become more attuned to the subtle cues in others' body language and tone of voice. You'll listen more deeply, picking up on what's not being said as well as the spoken words. This leads to more authentic and satisfying connections with the people in your life. As your practice deepens, you may experience moments of profound insight, or what some traditions call awakening experiences. These are times when the veil of separation seems to lift and you directly perceive the interconnectedness of all things. While these experiences can be incredibly powerful, the real transformation happens in how you integrate them into your daily life. You'll find that your sense of identity begins to shift. Instead of seeing yourself as a separate individual struggling to make your way in the world, you'll recognize yourself as an expression of the universal consciousness that underlies all of existence. This doesn't mean losing your individuality, but rather expanding your sense of self to include a much broader perspective. From this expanded awareness, you'll naturally start to make choices that benefit not just yourself, but the greater whole. You'll feel a sense of responsibility for the well-being of others and the planet. This isn't driven by guilt or obligation, but by a genuine understanding that what affects one affects all. You may find yourself drawn to causes or projects that make a positive difference in the world. But even if your outer circumstances don't change dramatically, the way you show up in your existing roles as a parent, partner, friend, or colleague will be transformed. You'll bring a quality of presence and compassion to everything you do. As you continue on this journey, you'll discover that silence is not just the absence of noise, but a living presence in itself. It's the ground of being from which all creation arises. By tapping into this silence, you're connecting with the very source of life itself. This connection becomes a wellspring of strength and resilience that you can draw upon in any situation. No matter what challenges you face, you'll know that you can always return to that quiet space within and find your center. This inner stability allows you to remain calm and clear-headed, even in the midst of chaos. You'll also find that your need for external validation diminishes. Instead of seeking approval or recognition from others, you'll find a deep sense of self-acceptance and worthiness arising from within. This doesn't mean becoming arrogant or disconnected from others, but rather developing a healthy self-reliance and inner confidence. As you become more grounded in your true self, you'll find it easier to set healthy boundaries and say no to things that don't align with your values or purpose. You'll no longer feel compelled to please everyone or fit into others' expectations. Instead, you'll make choices based on what feels genuinely right for you. This authenticity will naturally attract the right people and opportunities into your life. You'll find yourself surrounded by individuals who appreciate and support your true self. Doors will open that align with your deepest aspirations, often in unexpected and seemingly miraculous ways. Remember, this journey of silence is not about reaching a final destination. It's an ongoing process of unfolding and discovery. Each day brings new opportunities to deepen your practice and expand your awareness. There will always be more to explore, more to learn, more to become. The beauty of this path is that it's available to everyone, regardless of circumstances or background. You don't need any special equipment or expensive retreats. All you need is the willingness to turn within and listen to the wisdom of your own being. So I invite you to start right now. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to become still. Feel the aliveness in your body. Notice the thoughts passing through your mind without getting caught up in them. This is the beginning of your journey into silence. As you move forward, be gentle with yourself. There will be times when it feels challenging or when old patterns resurface. That's okay. Each time you return to silence, you're strengthening your ability to stay centered and present. Remember that you're not alone on this journey. As you cultivate inner silence, you'll find yourself connecting with others who are on a similar path. You'll discover a sense of community and support that transcends surface-level differences. The world needs your presence, your authenticity, your unique gifts. By embracing silence and allowing your true self to emerge, you're not just transforming your own life, you're contributing to the evolution of human consciousness as a whole. So take this moment right now to commit to making silence a regular part of your life. Start small if you need to, but start today. The quiet space within you holds everything you've ever wanted: peace, joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose beyond anything you've imagined. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, a single moment of silence. That moment is now. Step into it with an open heart and mind and watch as your entire world transforms. You have within you the power to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. All it takes is the courage to be silent and listen to the wisdom that's always been there, waiting for you to notice it. Your journey to an extraordinary life begins now in this moment of quiet presence. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to sink into that silent space within you. Feel the aliveness, the potential, the infinite possibilities that exist in this moment. This is your true home, your source of strength and inspiration. From this place of inner silence, you can move mountains, you can heal old wounds, create masterpieces, build empires, or simply live each day with joy and gratitude. The choice is yours. The power is yours. Remember, in silence, you will find everything you need in life. It's not something you have to search for or struggle to attain. It's already within you, waiting to be discovered. All you need to do is be still and listen. As you continue to cultivate this inner silence, you'll notice a profound shift in how you perceive and interact with the world around you. The chatter of your mind begins to quiet, and in that spaciousness, a new kind of intelligence emerges. This isn't the analytical, problem-solving intelligence we're used to relying on. It's a deeper, more intuitive wisdom that sees beyond the surface of things. You'll start to recognize patterns and connections that were always there, but hidden from your conscious awareness. Solutions to problems will arise spontaneously, often when you're not even actively thinking about it. It's as if by creating space in your mind, you're allowing the universe to fill it with exactly what you need. This shift in perception extends to how you view yourself as well. The constant self-criticism and judgment that many of us carry around starts to fade away. In its place, you'll discover a profound sense of self-acceptance and love. You'll begin to see yourself as you truly are, a unique expression of life itself, perfect in your imperfections. As this self-acceptance grows, you'll find it easier to embrace all aspects of yourself, even the parts you once tried to hide or change. You'll recognize that your quirks, your struggles, your so-called flaws are all part of what makes you uniquely. This self-acceptance becomes a powerful force for healing and growth. You may find old emotional wounds starting to heal without you even consciously working on them. The light of your awareness, shining without judgment, naturally dissolves old pain and trauma. You'll feel a sense of lightness and freedom as you let go of emotional baggage you didn't even realize you were carrying. This inner healing radiates outward, transforming your relationships with others. As you become more accepting of yourself, you naturally become more accepting of others. You'll find yourself judging less and understanding more. Your compassion will deepen as you recognize that everyone is on their own journey, facing their own challenges. Your communication with others will take on a new quality. Instead of speaking from a place of ego or defensiveness, your words will come from a place of clarity and truth. You'll say what needs to be said when it needs to be said without attachment to how it's received. This authentic communication creates deeper, more meaningful connections with others. As you continue to practice silence, you'll develop a heightened sensitivity to energy, both your own and that of others and your environment. You might start to notice how certain places or people affect your energy field. This awareness allows you to make choices that support your well-being and keep you in a high vibrational state. You'll become more attuned to the subtle guidance of your intuition. That quiet inner voice becomes clearer and more trustworthy. You'll find yourself naturally making choices that align with your highest good, often without even having to think about it consciously. It's as if you're tapping into a deeper intelligence that always knows the right path. This enhanced intuition extends beyond personal matters. You may find yourself having flashes of insight about global events or the direction of human evolution. Don't be surprised if you start to feel a sense of purpose that goes beyond your individual life. Any who walk this path discover a calling to contribute to the greater good of humanity and the planet. As your practice deepens, you may experience altered states of consciousness. These could range from deep meditative states to profound mystical experiences. While these experiences can be incredibly powerful and transformative, remember that they are not the goal in themselves. The real measure of progress is how you integrate these insights into your daily life. You'll likely find your relationship with time changing. Instead of feeling rushed or always behind, you'll develop a sense of timelessness. You'll be fully present in each moment, yet also aware of the larger flow of life. This allows you to move through your days with grace and ease, accomplishing what needs to be done without stress or struggle. Your creativity will blossom in ways you never imagined. Whether you consider yourself an artist or not, you'll find new ideas and inspirations flowing through you. This might express itself in traditional art forms, or it might show up as innovative solutions in your work or fresh approaches to everyday tasks. You'll start to see the artistry in all aspects of life. As you become more attuned to the silence within, you'll also become more aware of the silence that exists in the world around you. You'll find yourself drawn to spend time in nature, soaking in the quiet wisdom of trees, mountains, or the ocean. These experiences in nature will further deepen your sense of connection to all of life. You may notice synchronicities occurring more frequently in your life. Meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random will become commonplace. This is a sign that you're in alignment with the flow of life, moving in harmony with the greater intelligence of the universe. Your health and vitality will likely continue to improve as you maintain this practice. The deep relaxation that comes with silence allows your body to heal and regenerate at a cellular level. You might find chronic health issues resolving themselves, or simply notice that you have more energy and resilience in your daily life. You'll develop a different relationship with challenge and adversity. Instead of seeing difficulties as problems to be solved or avoided, you'll recognize them as opportunities for growth and evolution. You'll face life's ups and downs with equanimity, knowing that all experiences are part of your journey of awakening. As you continue to access this inner silence, you'll find that you need less and less from the external world to feel fulfilled. The peace and contentment you discover within yourself is far more satisfying than any material possession or achievement. This doesn't mean you stop enjoying life's pleasures, but rather that you're no longer dependent on them for your happiness. You'll likely find yourself naturally drawn to simplify your life. You might feel called to declutter your physical space, streamline your commitments, or let go of relationships that no longer serve your highest good. This simplification creates more space for what truly matters to you. Your sense of identity will continue to expand. You'll feel less and less attached to labels and roles, recognizing them as useful tools for navigating the world, but not as the core of who you are. You'll experience yourself as a field of pure awareness, witnessing play of life rather than being caught up in it. This expanded sense of self brings with it a profound feeling of freedom. You're no longer constrained by societal expectations or your own limiting beliefs. You're free to express your true nature, to explore the full range of human potential, to create your life anew in each moment. As your practice deepens, you may find yourself naturally drawn to share what you've learned with others. This might take the form of teaching, mentoring, or simply being a living example of the peace and presence you've cultivated. You'll find joy in supporting others on their own journeys of self-discovery. Remember that this path of silence is not about reaching a final destination. It's an ongoing journey of unfolding and becoming. Each day brings new opportunities to deepen your practice, to expand your awareness, to embody more fully the truth of who you are. There may be times when you feel like you've lost your way, when the noise of the world drowns out that inner silence. That's okay. These challenges are part of the journey too. Each time you come back to your practice, you strengthen your ability to remain centered and present no matter what's happening around you. As you continue on this path, you'll discover that silence is not just a practice or a state of mind. It's a way of being in the world. It becomes the foundation from which you live your life, the source from which all your actions and interactions flow. In this silence, you'll find everything you've ever sought: peace, love, fulfillment, purpose. You'll discover that you are already whole, already complete. There's nothing you need to add to yourself, nothing you need to fix or change. You can simply relax into the perfection of your own being. From this place of inner wholeness, you become a powerful force for positive change in the world. Without even trying, your presence uplifts those around you. Your words carry weight because they come from a place of truth. Your actions have impact because they're aligned with the greater good. As you embrace this journey of silence, you're not just transforming your own life, you're contributing to the evolution of human consciousness as a whole. Each moment of presence, each act of kindness, each choice made from a place of inner clarity ripples out into the world, affecting the collective in ways we may never fully understand. So I invite you once again to commit to this practice of silence. Make it a priority in your life. Give yourself the gift of quiet time each day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Allow yourself to sink into that space of inner stillness, to connect with the wisdom and power that reside within you. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself. Know that everything you need is already within you, waiting to be discovered in the silence. Your journey to an extraordinary life is unfolding right now in this very moment. Remember, in silence, you will find everything. It's not something you have to search for or struggle to attain. It's already here, already now. All you need to do is be still and listen. The silence is calling you home to yourself. Well, you answer. Your mind is a powerhouse. It's the control center of your entire being, capable of shaping your reality in ways you might not even realize. Right now, you're here because you want to learn how to train your mind to be calm. And let me tell you, that's one of the most important skills you can develop in your life. Think about it. How often do you find yourself caught up in a whirlwind of thoughts? Worries about the future, regrets about the past, frustrations about the present? It's like a never-ending storm in your head, isn't it? But what if I told you that you have the power to calm that storm? What if I told you that you could create a sense of peace and tranquility within yourself, no matter what's happening around you? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to explore how you can train your mind to be calm, to be still, to be at peace. And trust me, this isn't just some feel-good fluff. This is about rewiring your brain, changing your biology, and transforming your life from the inside out. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about how your life would be different if you could maintain a sense of calm even in the face of stress and challenges. Imagine waking up each morning feeling centered and grounded, ready to take on whatever the day might bring. Picture yourself navigating difficult situations with grace and ease, your mind clear and focused. That's the kind of life that's possible when you learn to train your mind to be calm. But here's the thing, this kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's not about finding some magic pill or quick fix. It's about consistent practice, about making small changes every day that add up to big results over time. It's about understanding how your mind works and learning to work with it rather than against it. So how do we do this? How do we train our minds to be calm? It all starts with awareness. You know, we see most of us go through our days on autopilot. We're not really conscious of our thoughts or our reactions. We're just running old programs, old habits that we've developed over years and years. But when you start to become aware of your thoughts, when you start to observe your mind without judgment, that's when the real magic happens. that's when you start to realize that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. And that simple shift in perspective can be incredibly powerful. Think about it this way. Have you ever been caught in a rainstorm? You're getting soaked, you're uncomfortable, you might even be a little scared if there's thunder and lightning. But what happens when you step inside? Suddenly, you can observe the storm from a place of safety. You can appreciate its power and beauty without being caught up in it. That's what we're aiming for with our minds. We want to be able to observe our thoughts, our emotions, our reactions without getting swept away by them. We want to create a space between stimulus and response, a moment of clarity where we can choose how we want to react. And here's the amazing thing. When you learn to do this, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're actually changing your brain. You're creating new neural pathways, new patterns of thinking and behaving. You're literally rewiring your brain for calm. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That sounds great, but my mind is just too busy. I can't stop my thoughts. And I get it. I really do. Our minds are like muscles. They've been trained to be active, to constantly churn out thoughts. But just like any muscle, our minds can be retrained. One of the most powerful tools we have for this is meditation. Now, I know meditation can seem intimidating or strange if you've never done it before, but at its core, meditation is simply the practice of focusing your attention. It's about training your mind to be present, to be here now. When you meditate, you're not trying to stop your thoughts. That's a common misconception. Instead, you're learning to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. You're learning to let them pass by like clouds in the sky without attaching to them or following them down a rabbit hole. And here's the incredible thing. When you practice meditation regularly, you're not just feeling calmer during your meditation sessions. You're actually changing your brain's default mode. You're training your mind to be calmer all the time, even when you're not actively meditating. Studies have shown that regular meditation can actually shrink the amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for the fight or flight response. At the same time, it strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational thinking and decision-making. In other words, you're literally building a calmer, more balanced brain. But meditation is just one tool in our toolkit. Another powerful technique for training your mind to be calm is breath work. Your breath is like a remote control for your nervous system. When you're stressed or anxious, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. But when you consciously slow down and deepen your breath, you're sending a signal to your body and brain that it's safe to relax. Try this right now. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your belly first, then your chest. Hold it for a moment, then slowly exhale through your mouth, making your exhale longer than your inhale. Do this a few times and notice how you feel. Pretty amazing, right? This simple practice, done regularly, can have a profound impact on your overall sense of calm. It's something you can do anytime, anywhere, stuck in traffic, take some deep breaths, feeling overwhelmed at work. Take a breath break. Having trouble sleeping, use your breath to calm your mind and body. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of training your mind to be calm, your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself in your mind has a huge impact on your overall state of being. Many of us have a constant stream of negative self-talk running through our mind. We criticize ourselves. We worry about the future. We replay past mistakes. But what if you could change that inner dialogue? What if you could train your mind to speak to you with kindness, with encouragement, with calm assurance? This is not about positive thinking in a superficial sense. It's about fundamentally shifting your relationship with yourself and with your thoughts. One way to do this is through affirmations. Now, I know affirmations can seem cheesy or ineffective if you've never really given them a chance. But remember, we're not just saying words here, we're creating new neural pathways in our brains. We're literally rewiring our minds for calm and positivity. Try this, a simple affirmation that resonates with you. It could be something like, I am calm and centered, or I choose peace in this moment. Repeat this affirmation to yourself throughout the day, especially when you notice yourself getting caught up in stressful thoughts. Over time, you'll find that this new calmer self-talk becomes more natural and automatic. Another powerful tool for training your mind to be calm is visualization. Your brain doesn't really distinguish between what's happening in reality and what you're vividly imagining. That's why elite athletes use visualization to improve their performance. They're literally training their brains for success. You can use this same principle to train your mind for calm. Take a few minutes each day to visualize yourself moving through your day with a sense of calm and ease. See yourself handling challenges with grace and confidence. Feel the sense of peace and centeredness in your body. The more vividly you can imagine this, the more powerful the effect will be. Now, let's talk about something that might seem counterintuitive when it comes to training your mind to be calmer. Embracing discomfort. Many of us spend our lives trying to avoid discomfort. We run from difficult emotions. We distract ourselves from unpleasant thoughts. We do everything we can to stay in our comfort zones. But here's the thing. True calm isn't about avoiding discomfort. It's about being able to remain centered and grounded even in the face of discomfort. It's about developing the inner strength and resilience to weather any storm. So, I encourage you to start embracing small discomforts in your life. Maybe it's taking a cold shower in the morning. Maybe it's having that difficult conversation you've been putting off. Maybe it's sitting with an uncomfortable emotion instead of trying to push it away. Each time you do this, you're strengthening your mind's ability to remain calm in the face of challenge. Remember, your mind is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And just like physical exercise, mental training can be challenging at first. You might find your mind wandering during meditation. You might struggle to maintain your calm breathing. When you're stressed, you might slip back into negative self-talk. But here's the key. Don't get discouraged. Every time you notice your mind wandering and bring it back to the present, that's a rep. Every time you catch yourself in negative self-talk and choose a more positive thought, that's a rep. Every time you take a deep breath in a stressful moment, that's a rep. You're building your mental strength one rep at a time. And here's something really exciting. As you train your mind to be calmer, you're not just changing your internal experience, you're changing your entire life. You see, when you're operating from a place of calm, you make better decisions. You communicate more effectively. You're more creative and innovative. You're more present in your relationships. You're more productive in your work. Think about how much of your energy do you currently waste on stress and worry? How much clearer and more focused could you be if your mind wasn't constantly churning with anxious thoughts? How much more could you accomplish if you approached each task from a place of calm centeredness rather than frantic urgency? This is why training your mind to be calm is not just a nice-to-have skill, it's essential for living your best life. It's the foundation upon which you can build everything else. When your mind is calm, you're able to tap into your full potential. You're able to show up as your best self in every area of your life. But this kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's not about making a big change once. It's about making small changes consistently over time. It's about creating new habits, new patterns of thinking and behaving that gradually reshape your mind and your life. So I want to challenge you to commit to this practice. Commit to training your mind to be calm every single day. It doesn't have to be a huge time commitment. Even just a few minutes of meditation or breath work each day can make a big difference. The key is consistency. And as you do this, I want you to pay attention to the changes you start to notice in your life. Notice how you react differently to stress. Notice how your relationships improve. Notice how you're able to focus better at work. Notice how you sleep better at night. These small changes will add up over time to create a profound transformation in your life. Future member, you have incredible power within you. Your mind is capable of so much more than you might realize. And when you learn to harness that power, when you learn to train your mind to be calm, you open up a world of possibilities. Imagine waking up each morning feeling centered and grounded, ready to take on whatever the day might bring. Imagine moving through your day with a sense of ease and flow, handling challenges with grace and confidence. Imagine falling asleep at night with a peaceful mind, free from worry and stress. This is not just a fantasy. This is a reality that's available to you when you commit to training your mind to be calm. And the best part is you can start right now. You can take a deep breath right now. You can choose a more positive thought right now. You can bring your attention to the present moment right now. Every moment is an opportunity to train your mind. Every breath is a chance to choose calm. Every thought is a potential turning point. You have the power to reshape your mind, to rewire your brain, to transform your life from the inside out. So, I encourage you to take this seriously. Make training your mind to be calm a priority in your life. Give it the time and attention it deserves. Treat it like the essential life skill that it is. Because when you do, you'll be amazed at the changes you'll see in every area of your life. Remember, this is not about achieving some perfect state of Zen-like calm where you never experience stress or negative emotions. That's not realistic, and it's not even desirable. Life is full of ups and downs, challenges and triumphs. The goal is not to eliminate these experiences, but to develop the inner strength and resilience to navigate them with grace and ease. True calm is not the absence of storm. It's the ability to find peace within the storm. It's about developing an unshakable core of tranquility that remains steady no matter what's happening around you. And here's the beautiful thing. As you develop this inner calm, you become a source of peace for those around you. Your calm presence has a ripple effect, influencing your family, your friends, your coworkers, even strangers you encounter. In a world that often feels chaotic and stressful, your calm becomes a gift, not just to yourself, but to everyone you interact with. So I invite you to embark on this journey of training your mind to be calm. It's a journey that will challenge you, that will push you out of your comfort zone, that will ask you to look deeply at yourself and your patterns of thinking and behaving. But it's also a journey that will reward you in ways you can't even imagine right now. Every step you take on this path, every breath you take with intention, every moment you choose calm over stress, you're creating a new reality for yourself. You're stepping into a new way of being in the world. You're becoming the calm-centered, powerful person you were always meant to be. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. There's a whole community of people out there who are committed to this practice, who are training their minds to be calm. Seek out these like-minded individuals. Share your experiences. Learn from each other. Support each other. As you leave here today, I want you to take with you this sense of possibility, this understanding of the incredible power you have within you. I want you to remember that no matter what's happening in your life right now, no matter how stressed or overwhelmed you might feel, you have the ability to choose calm. You have the power to train your mind. So take a deep breath right now. Feel your feet on the ground. Bring your attention to this present moment and make a commitment to yourself. Commit to training your mind to be calm, one breath at a time, one thought at a time, one moment at a time. You have everything you need within you. You are capable of incredible transformation, and as you train your mind to be calm, you'll discover a strength and resilience within you that you never knew existed. You'll tap into a wellspring of peace and clarity that will guide you through every aspect of your life. So go forth with confidence, go forth with determination, go forth with the knowledge that you have the power to create a calm, centered, powerful mind, and watch as this inner transformation begins to reshape your entire world. Remember, every journey begins with a single step, and you've already taken that step by being here, by committing to this practice. Now it's time to keep moving forward. It's time to keep training your mind day by day, breath by breath, thought by thought. You've got this. You have everything you need within you. Now go out there and create the calm-centered, powerful life you deserve. The world is waiting for the gift of your calm presence. It's time to share that gift with the world. Your journey to a calmer mind is not just about personal transformation. It's about becoming a beacon of tranquility in a world that often feels chaotic. As you continue to train your mind, you'll notice that your calm presence has a profound impact on those around you. Think about the last time you encountered someone who exuded a sense of peace and serenity. How did it make you feel? Chances are their calm energy was contagious. It probably helped you feel more centered and relaxed, even if just for a moment. That's the power you're cultivating within yourself. As you move through your day with a trained, calm mind, you'll find that you naturally diffuse tension in difficult situations. Your measured responses and clear thinking will inspire others to approach challenges with a similar mindset. You'll become a natural leader, someone others turn to for guidance and support during turbulent times. But remember, this journey is ongoing. There's no final destination where you suddenly achieve perfect, unshakable calm. Instead, it's a continuous process of growth and refinement. Each day presents new opportunities to practice and strengthen your mental calm. There will be days when maintaining your calm feels effortless, when you glide through challenges with ease and grace. Celebrate these moments. They're proof of your progress, evidence of the new neural pathways you're creating in your brain. But there will also be days when staying calm feels like an uphill battle. Days when stress seems to assault you from all sides, when your old patterns of anxious thinking try to reassert themselves. These days are just as important in your journey. They're opportunities to practice resilience, to remind yourself of your commitment to calm. On these challenging days, be gentle with yourself. Remember that setbacks are not failures. They're part of the process. Each time you notice yourself slipping into stress or anxiety and choose to return to calm, you're strengthening your mental muscles. You're reinforcing those neural pathways that support a calm state of mind. As you continue this practice, you'll start to notice subtle shifts in how you perceive and interact with the world around you. Colors might seem more vibrant, sounds might become richer and more nuanced. You might find yourself appreciating small moments of beauty that you previously overlooked in your rushed, stressed. This heightened awareness is a natural result of training your mind to be calm. When you're not constantly caught up in a whirlwind of anxious thoughts, you create space to truly experience the present moment. You become more attuned to the world around you and to your own inner experiences. This increased awareness can lead to profound insights about yourself and your life. You might start to recognize patterns in your behavior that you never noticed before. You might gain clarity about your true desires and values. You might discover new passions or rediscover old ones that got lost in the hustle and bustle of a stressed-out life. As your mind becomes calmer, you'll likely find that your decision-making improves. Instead of reacting impulsively to situations, you'll be able to respond thoughtfully. You'll have the mental space to consider different perspectives and potential outcomes before choosing a course of action. This improved decision-making can have a ripple effect throughout your life. It can lead to better relationships as you respond to others with more patience and understanding. It can enhance your career as you approach challenges with clarity and innovative thinking. It can even improve your physical health as you make choices that truly support your well-being rather than just temporarily relieve stress. Speaking of physical health, it's important to recognize the profound connection between your mind and your body. As you train your mind to be calmer, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your biology. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on your body, contributing to a host of health problems. But when you cultivate a calm mind, you're creating an environment in your body that supports health and healing. You might notice that you sleep better as your mind becomes calmer. You might find that chronic pain diminishes. You might have more energy throughout the day. These physical benefits are not separate from your mental training. They're a direct result of it. This mind-body connection works both ways. As you continue your journey, don't neglect your physical well-being. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep all support a calm mind. A calm mind supports a healthy body, and a healthy body supports a calm mind. Now, let's talk about how this practice of training your mind to be calm can transform your relationships. When you're operating from a place of inner peace, you bring a different energy to your interactions with others. You're more present, more attentive, more able to truly listen and empathize. You might find that conflicts that used to escalate quickly now resolve more easily. Your calm presence can help de-escalate tense situations. You're able to respond rather than react, to choose your words and actions more carefully. Moreover, as you become more at peace with yourself, you'll likely find that you're less dependent on others for your sense of well-being. This doesn't mean you become cold or distant. On the contrary, it allows you to form deeper, more authentic connections. You're able to love and support others from a place of fullness rather than neediness. This transformation in your relationships extends to your relationship with yourself. As you train your mind to be calm, you'll likely find that you become more compassionate towards yourself. The harsh self-criticism that may have once dominated your inner dialogue begins to soften. You learn to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you extend to others. This self-compassion is crucial in your ongoing journey. Remember, the goal is not perfection. There will be times when you lose your calm, when you react from a place of stress or fear. When this happens, your practice of self-compassion allows you to acknowledge the lapse without judgment, learn from it, and return to your practice of calm. As you continue to train your mind, you might find yourself naturally drawn to practices and experiences that support your calm state. You might develop a deeper appreciation for nature, finding peace in the rhythms of the natural world. You might explore new forms of creative expression, using art or music or writing as a way to process your experiences and maintain your calm. You might also find yourself naturally gravitating towards others who share your commitment to inner peace. This doesn't mean you'll only associate with Zen masters or meditation gurus. Rather, you'll likely attract and be attracted to people who value self-awareness and personal growth, who strive to approach life with mindfulness and intention. These connections can be incredibly supportive in your ongoing journey. Surrounding yourself with others who are committed to cultivating inner calm can provide encouragement, inspiration, and a sense of community. It can also create opportunities for shared learning and growth. As your practice deepens, you might feel called to share what you've learned with others. This could take many forms. Maybe you'll find yourself naturally offering words of comfort and wisdom to friends going through difficult times. Maybe you'll be inspired to lead meditation groups or teach stress reduction techniques in your workplace. Maybe you'll simply serve as a living example of the power of a calm mind, inspiring others through your way of being in the world. Sharing your practice in this way can be incredibly rewarding. It can deepen your own understanding and commitment to the practice. It can create a sense of purpose and meaning, and it can amplify the positive impact you're having on the world around you. But remember, your primary focus should always be on your own practice. You can't pour from an empty cup. By continuing to prioritize your own mental training, you ensure that you have the inner resources to support others effectively. As you move forward on this path, I encourage you to stay curious and open-minded. There are many different techniques and approaches for training the mind to be calm. What works best for you might change over time. Be willing to explore new practices, to refine your approach, to continually learn and grow. At the same time, don't underestimate the power of consistency. The most profound transformations often come not from dramatic changes, but from small, consistent actions repeated over time. Your daily practice, however simple it might seem, is reshaping your brain and your life in powerful ways. Sometimes remember, too, that this practice of training your mind to be calm is not separate from the rest of your life. It's not something you do for 10 minutes a day and then forget about. It's a way of being, a lens through which you view and interact with the world. Every moment of your day is an opportunity to practice. Every interaction, every task, every challenge is a chance to choose calm. As you continue on this path, you'll likely find that the line between practice and life begins to blur. Your calm mind becomes not just a state you cultivate during meditation, but your default way of being in the world. This doesn't mean you'll never feel stressed or anxious again. Life will continue to present challenges and difficulties, but with a trained mind, you'll be able to navigate these challenges with greater ease and grace. You'll be able to find that calm center even in the midst of chaos. As you continue to deepen your practice, you might start to experience moments of profound peace and clarity, moments where you feel deeply connected to yourself, to others, to the world around you. These experiences can be incredibly powerful and but don't get attached to these peak experiences. They're not the goal of your practice. They're more like signposts along the way, reassuring you that you're on the right path. The real measure of your progress is in how you handle the everyday moments of your life, how you respond to minor irritations, how you approach your daily tasks, how you interact with the people around you. As you move forward, remember that this journey of training your mind to be calm is uniquely yours. Your path will not look exactly like anyone else's. Honor your own process, your own pace, your own unique way of experiencing and expressing calm. And above all, be patient with yourself. True transformation takes time, but with consistent practice, with unwavering commitment, you will cultivate a calm mind that serves as a foundation for a rich, fulfilling, and purposeful life. So keep going, keep breathing. Keep choosing calm one moment at a time. Your calm mind is not just a gift to yourself, it's a gift to the world. In these challenging times, the world needs more people who can maintain their inner peace, who can approach life's challenges with clarity and compassion. You have the power to be one of those people. You have the power to transform your mind. And in doing so, to transform your life and the lives of those around you. Trust in this process. Trust in yourself. And keep training your mind to be calm. Day by day, breath by breath, moment by moment. Your journey continues, and the best is yet to come. Embrace it with an open heart and a calm mind. The world is waiting for the unique gifts that only you, with your calm and centered presence, can bring. So go forth, continue your practice, and shine your light of calm into the world. You've got this, and the impact you'll have is beyond what you can imagine right now. Keep going, keep growing, and keep cultivating that powerful, transformative calm within you. Life is an incredible adventure full of twists and turns we never see coming. But here's the thing. It's not random. There's a bigger plan at work, a divine blueprint crafted just for you. Yes, you. Each one of us has a unique purpose, a special role to play in this grand story of existence. And guess what? The mastermind behind it all is none other than God himself. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Me, special, with a divine purpose. Come on. But let me tell you, it's absolutely true. You are not here by accident. You're not just taking up space or going through the motions. You are here for a reason, and that reason is far greater than you can imagine right now. Think about it for a moment. Out of all the infinite possibilities, you were chosen to be here at this exact time, in this exact place. Your DNA, your personality, your experiences, they're all part of a carefully crafted design. You are a one-of-a-kind masterpiece with gifts and talents that no one else possesses in quite the same way. But here's the catch. This divine plan isn't just handed to you on a silver platter. It's not like a GPS that tells you exactly where to turn at every moment. No, it's more like a treasure map, and you're the adventurer tasked with uncovering its secrets. You've got to put in the work. You've got to stay open, and you've got to trust the process. And let me tell you, that's where the magic happens. When you start to align yourself with this higher purpose, when you start to tune into the frequency of the divine, amazing things begin to unfold. Doors open that you never even knew existed. Opportunities arise that seem too good to be true. And suddenly you find yourself on a path that feels both challenging and incredibly right. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you tap into this divine plan? How do you start living in sync with your higher purpose? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today, and I promise you, it's not as complicated as you might think. First things first, you've got to believe. Believe that there is a plan for you. Believe that you are worthy of greatness. Believe that the universe is conspiring in your favor. This isn't just positive thinking. It's about shifting your entire perspective on life. When you truly believe that you're part of something bigger, that you have a unique role to play, it changes everything. Now, I'm not talking about sitting back and waiting for miracles to happen. Far from it. This is about taking inspired action. It's about listening to that inner voice, that gut feeling that nudges you in certain directions. It's about paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that pop up in your life. You see, God doesn't usually speak to us through burning bushes or booming voices from the sky. He speaks in whispers and subtle hints, in those moments of clarity that come when you least expect them. And when you start to tune into these messages, when you start to act on them, that's when you begin to align with your divine purpose. But here's the thing. It takes practice. It takes dedication. It takes a willingness to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. Because let's face it, following a divine plan isn't always easy. It often leads us down paths we never would have chosen for ourselves. It challenges us. It stretches us. It forces us to grow in ways we never thought possible. And that's exactly the point. God's plan for you isn't about making your life comfortable and easy. It's about making your life extraordinary. It's about helping you become the best version of yourself, about fulfilling your highest potential. And that, my friends, is where true fulfillment lies. Now, I want you to think about a time in your life when everything seemed to fall into place perfectly. Maybe it was landing your dream job or meeting your soulmate or overcoming a seemingly insurmountable obstacle. Remember how that felt, that sense of rightness, of being exactly where you were meant to be. That's what it feels like to be in alignment with your divine purpose. But here's the beautiful thing. Those moments don't have to be rare occurrences. They can become your everyday reality. When you start living in harmony with God's plan for you, life takes on a whole new dimension. Suddenly, even the mundane becomes meaningful. Even the challenges become opportunities for growth and transformation. So how do we do this? How do we start living in alignment with our divine purpose? Well, it starts with awareness. It starts with paying attention to your life in a whole new way. It's about being present, being mindful, being open to the messages that are constantly being sent your way. Start by taking a few moments each day to quiet your mind. Call it meditation, call it prayer, call it whatever you like. The important thing is to create space in your life for silence, because it's in those quiet moments that we can hear the whispers of the divine. As you do this, start to notice the patterns in your life. Pay attention to the things that light you up, that make you feel alive and energized. These are clues to your purpose. At the same time, notice the things that drain you that feel like a struggle. These might be signs that you're veering off course. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. As you start to tune into these signals, as you start to follow the breadcrumbs of your divine purpose, you'll notice something amazing happening. Your life will start to flow in a way it never has before. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, encountering the right opportunities. But remember, this isn't about perfection. It's not about everything always going smoothly. In fact, sometimes following your divine purpose will lead you straight into stormy waters. But here's the thing. Those storms are part of the plan too. They're designed to strengthen you, to teach you, to prepare you for the next phase of your journey. So don't be discouraged when things get tough. Don't give up when you face obstacles. Instead, see these challenges as confirmation that you're on the right path. Because often the biggest obstacles appear right before our biggest breakthroughs. Now, let's talk about fear for a moment. Because if there's one thing that can hold us back from living our divine purpose, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not being good enough. But here's the truth. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. It's an illusion, a trick of the mind designed to keep us small and safe. But you weren't created to be small and safe. You were created to be bold, to be brave, to make a difference in this world. So when fear shows up, and it will recognize it for what it is, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently set it aside. Choose faith over fear. Choose trust over doubt. Choose to believe in the plan even when you can't see the whole picture. And speaking of the whole picture, let's talk about patience. Because living in alignment with your divine purpose isn't an overnight process. It's a journey, a gradual unfolding. It's like a flower blooming. You can't force it to happen faster, but you can create the right conditions for growth. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Now, trust that everything is happening in perfect divine timing. Your job is not to control the outcome, but to show up fully each day, to do your best, to keep taking those inspired actions. Now, here's something really important to understand about God's plan for you. It's not just about you. Your purpose is always connected to something bigger. It's about how you can serve others, how you can make a positive impact on the world around you. So as you're seeking your purpose, ask yourself, how can I use my gifts to help others? How can I bring more light into the world? How can I make a difference, even in small ways? Because often it's in serving others that we find our greatest sense of purpose and fulfillment. And here's the beautiful thing. When you start living this way, when you start aligning with your divine purpose and serving others, you become a beacon of light. You inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect of positivity and purpose that spreads far beyond your immediate circle. Now, let's talk about the power of your thoughts. Because here's the thing, your thoughts create your reality. What you focus on expands. So if you want to align with your divine purpose, you've got to start thinking in a new way. You've got to start seeing yourself as the powerful, purposeful being that you truly are. This isn't about positive thinking in a superficial way. It's about fundamentally changing your beliefs about yourself and your place in the world. It's about recognizing that you are a co-creator with the divine, that you have the power to shape your reality through your thoughts and beliefs. So start paying attention to your self-talk. Notice the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. Are these stories in alignment with your divine purpose, or are they holding you back? If it's the latter, it's time to start rewriting those stories. Replace I can't with I can. Replace I'm not good enough with I am more than enough. Replace it's too hard with I can figure this out. These might seem like small changes, but they have the power to completely transform your life. And as you change your thoughts, you'll notice your emotions changing too. You'll start to feel more positive, more hopeful, more excited about life. And these positive emotions, they're like fuel for your journey. They give you the energy and motivation to keep going, even when things get tough. Now, let's talk about the importance of taking action. Because while thoughts and beliefs are powerful, they're not enough on their own. You've got to couple them with inspired action. You've got to step out and do something with the guidance you receive. This might mean taking a leap of faith. It might mean stepping out of your comfort zone. It might mean doing something that scares you a little or a lot. But remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action in the face of fear. And every time you take a courageous step in the direction of your dreams, you're aligning more fully with your divine purpose. But here's the key. Make sure your actions are inspired actions. Don't just do things for the sake of doing them. Listen to your intuition. Follow your heart. Take actions that feel right, even if they don't make logical sense at the time. Because when you're following your divine purpose, logic often takes a backseat to intuition and inspiration. Now, let's talk about the power of gratitude. Because if you want to align with your divine purpose, if you want to tap into the flow of abundance and blessings in your life, gratitude is absolutely essential. It's like a magnet for miracles. Start each day by counting your blessings. End each day by reflecting on what you're thankful for. And throughout the day, look for opportunities to express gratitude for the big things, yes, but also for the small things. The cup of coffee in the morning, the smile from a stranger, the challenges that help you grow. As you cultivate this attitude of gratitude, you'll notice something amazing happening. You'll start to see more and more things to be grateful for. You'll start to recognize the blessings in disguise. You'll start to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. And this gratitude, it opens you up to receive even more blessings. It puts you in a state of receptivity where you're open to the guidance and opportunities that are constantly being sent your way. It aligns you more fully with your divine purpose. Now, let's talk about the power of visualization. Because if you want to live your divine purpose, you've got to be able to see it. You've got to be able to imagine it so vividly that it feels real. This isn't just daydreaming. It's a powerful tool for manifestation. Take some time each day to visualize yourself living your purpose. See yourself making a difference in the world. Feel the joy and fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with your divine plan. Make it as real and vivid as possible in your mind's eye. As you do this consistently, you're actually rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways that support your vision. You're aligning your subconscious mind with your conscious desires. And this alignment, it's powerful beyond measure. But remember, visualization isn't about controlling the outcome. It's about setting an intention, about aligning your energy with your divine purpose. The specifics of how it all unfolds, that's up to the divine. Your job is to stay open, to stay flexible, to trust the process. Now, let's talk about the importance of community. Because while your divine purpose is unique to you, you're not meant to walk this path alone. You need support, encouragement, and inspiration from others who are on a similar journey. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who uplift you, who challenge you to be your best self. Seek out mentors and teachers who can guide you on your path. Join communities of like-minded individuals who are also seeking to live their divine purpose. And as you receive support, be sure to give it as well. Share your insights, your experiences, your encouragement with others. Because often it's in helping others find their way that we find our own path more clearly. Now, let's talk about the power of persistence. Because living your divine purpose isn't always easy. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you feel lost or confused. There will be moments when you wonder if you're on the right path at all. But here's the thing. These challenges are part of the journey. They're opportunities for growth, for learning, for deepening your faith. So don't give up when things get tough. Don't lose heart when you face obstacles. Instead, see these challenges as confirmation that you're on the right path. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is refined by fire, and your divine purpose. It's revealed and strengthened through the challenges you face. So persist, keep going, trust the process. Because on the other side of your biggest challenges lies your greatest growth. And speaking of growth, let's talk about the importance of continuous learning and self-improvement. Because living your divine purpose isn't a destination. It's a journey of constant growth and evolution. There's always more to learn, always ways to improve, always new heights to reach. So be a lifelong learner. Read books that inspire you and expand your mind. Attend workshops and seminars that help you grow. Seek out new experiences that challenge you and broaden your perspective. Because the more you grow as a person, the more fully you can step into your divine purpose. Now, let's talk about the power of forgiveness. Because if you want to fully align with your divine purpose, you've got to let go of the past. You've got to release old hurts, old grudges, old limiting beliefs. You've got to forgive others. And perhaps most importantly, you've got to forgive yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning what happened. It doesn't mean forgetting. It simply means releasing the emotional charge, letting go of the resentment that's holding you back. Because when you're carrying around anger and bitterness, there's no room for the beauty of your divine purpose to unfold. So practice forgiveness. Make it a daily habit. Forgive the small things and the big things. Forgive yourself for your mistakes and shortcomings. As you do this, you'll feel a weight lifting off your shoulders. You'll feel more free, more light, more aligned with your true purpose. And speaking of alignment, let's talk about the importance of self-care. Because if you want to live your divine purpose, you've got to take care of the vessel that's carrying that purpose. You, your body, your mind, your spirit, they're all interconnected and they all need nurturing. So make self-care a priority. Eat nourishing foods, get enough sleep, move your body in ways that feel good. Take time for relaxation and rejuvenation. Nurture your spiritual life through prayer, meditation, or whatever practices resonate with you. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. By taking care of yourself, you're ensuring that you have the energy, the vitality, the clarity to fully step into your divine purpose. Now, let's talk about the power of words, because the words you speak have incredible power. They can create or destroy, heal or harm, inspire or discourage. So choose your words wisely. Speak words of life, words of hope, words of encouragement, both to yourself and to others. Make a habit of speaking your dreams and goals out loud. Declare your divine purpose with confidence. Use affirmations to reinforce your positive beliefs, because when you align your words with your divine purpose, you're creating a powerful resonance that attracts miracles into your life. And speaking of miracles, let's talk about the importance of expecting them. Because when you're living in alignment with your divine purpose, miracles become your new normal. Synchronicities abound. Doors open in unexpected ways. The impossible becomes possible. So start expecting miracles in your life. Look for them, anticipate them. And when they happen, because they will celebrate them, express gratitude for them. Because the more you acknowledge the miracles in your life, the more of them you'll experience. Now, let's talk about the power of your environment. Because if you want to live your divine purpose, you've got to create an environment that supports it. This means surrounding yourself with things that inspire you, that remind you of your goals and dreams. Create a space that feels uplifting and energizing. Fill your home with objects that have meaning for you. Listen to music that moves your soul. Spend time in nature, connecting with the divine creation all around you, because your environment has a profound impact on your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. And speaking of actions, let's talk about the importance of consistency. Because living your divine purpose isn't about making big, dramatic changes overnight. It's about taking small, consistent steps in the right direction every single day. It's about building habits and routines that support your growth and alignment. So focus on consistency rather than perfection. Do something every day, no matter how small, that moves you closer to your divine purpose. Maybe it's spending a few minutes in meditation. Maybe it's taking one inspired action. Maybe it's simply reminding yourself of your purpose and recommitting to it. Remember, it's not the size of the action that matters, but the energy behind it. A small action taken with full intention and alignment is far more powerful than a big action taken half-heartedly. So be consistent, be persistent. Keep showing up for yourself and your purpose day after day. Now, let's talk about the power of surrender, because here's the paradox of living your divine purpose. While it requires action and effort on your part, it also requires a deep surrender to a higher plan. It's about finding that sweet spot between doing and being, between effort and flow. So practice surrendering. Let go of your need to control every outcome. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that God's plan for you is far greater than anything you could plan for yourself. This doesn't mean being passive. It means taking inspired action and then releasing attachment to the result. And as you surrender, you'll find yourself entering a state of flow. Things will start to happen effortlessly. Opportunities will arise seemingly out of nowhere. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time again and again. This is what it feels like to be in alignment with your divine purpose. Now, let's talk about the power of your energy, because everything is energy, including you. And when you're living your divine purpose, you're operating at a higher frequency. You're vibrating at the level of love, joy, and abundance. So pay attention to your energy. Notice how different thoughts, actions, and environments affect your vibration. Choose to engage in activities that raise your energy. Spend time with people who lift you up. Do things that bring you joy and excitement. Because when you're vibrating at a high level, you naturally attract more positive experiences and opportunities into your life. And speaking of attraction, let's talk about the law of attraction. This universal principle states that like attracts like. What you focus on expands. What you believe, you receive. So if you want to live your divine purpose, you've got to align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with that purpose. Visualize yourself already living your purpose. Feel the emotions of fulfillment and joy as if they're already your reality. Believe with every fiber of your being that you are worthy and capable of living your divine purpose. As you do this, you'll start to attract the people, opportunities, and resources you need to make it a reality. Now, let's talk about the power of your uniqueness. Because here's the thing, your divine purpose is as unique as your fingerprint. It's not about comparing yourself to others or trying to copy someone else's path. It's about embracing your own special gifts, your own quirks, your own way of being in the world. So celebrate uniqueness. Embrace the things that make you different. Don't try to fit into someone else's mold, because it's precisely these unique qualities that are key to your divine purpose. Your purpose is tailor-made for you, with all your strengths, weaknesses, experiences, and peculiarities taken into account. And speaking of experiences, let's talk about the importance of living fully in the present moment. Because your divine purpose isn't some far-off destination. It's unfolding right here, right now. Each moment is an opportunity to align with your purpose, to make a difference, to grow and evolve. So practice mindfulness. Be fully present in each moment. Engage wholeheartedly in whatever you're doing, whether it's a mundane task or an exciting adventure. Because when you're fully present, you're more open to guidance, more aware of opportunities, more aligned with your divine purpose. Now, let's talk about the power of your choices. Because living your divine purpose isn't something that happens to you. It's something you choose moment by moment, day by day. Each choice you make either aligns you more fully with your purpose or takes you further away from it. So make conscious choices. Before you act, ask yourself, does this align with my divine purpose? Does this bring me closer to my highest self? Does this serve the greater good? As you make more and more choices in alignment with your purpose, you'll find your life transforming in amazing ways. And speaking of transformation, let's talk about the importance of embracing change, because living your divine purpose often requires you to step out of your comfort zone, to let go of old patterns and beliefs, to become a new version of yourself. It requires growth, and growth always involves change. So be willing to change. Be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. Be willing to become the person you need to be to live your divine purpose fully, because on the other side of that change is a life beyond your wildest dreams. Now, let's talk about the power of your imagination, because your divine purpose often starts as a seed in your imagination. It's a vision, a dream, an idea that won't let go of you. So give yourself permission to dream. Let your imagination run wild. Envision the grandest version of your life and purpose. And as you imagine, remember that nothing is too big for the divine. The same power that created the universe is working through you. So don't limit yourself. Don't shrink your dreams to fit your current reality. Instead, expand your belief in what's possible to match the magnitude of your divine purpose. And speaking of magnitude, let's talk about the ripple effect of living your purpose. Because when you align with your divine purpose, you don't just transform your own life. You have the potential to transform the world around you. Your light inspires others to shine. Your courage gives others permission to be brave. Your love opens hearts and heals wounds. So remember, your purpose is bigger than just you. It's about the impact you can have, the lives you can touch, the difference you can make. And that impact often goes far beyond what you can see or measure. Trust that as you live your purpose, you're creating positive ripples that extend far and wide. Now, let's talk about the power of your intuition. Because when it comes to living your divine purpose, your intuition is your most reliable guide. It's that inner knowing, that gut feeling, that whisper of your soul. It's how the divine communicates with you on a daily basis. So learn to trust your intuition. Cultivate it, listen to it, act on it, even when it doesn't make logical sense, even when it goes against conventional wisdom, because your intuition is your direct line to divine guidance, and it will never lead you astray. And as we near the end of our time together, let's talk about the power of commitment, because living your divine purpose isn't a part-time gig. It's not something you do when it's convenient or when you feel like it. It's a full-time commitment, a dedication to living your highest truth no matter what. So make that commitment. Decide right here and now that you're all in, that you're ready to live your divine purpose fully and completely, that you're willing to do whatever it takes to become whoever you need to become to fulfill your divine mission in this lifetime. And as you make this commitment, know that you're not alone. The entire universe is conspiring in your favor. God is with you every step of the way. You have an army of angels, guides, and helpers supporting you on your journey. So step forward with confidence. Embrace your divine purpose with open arms. Trust the plan even when you can't see the whole picture, because your purpose is calling you. It's time to answer. It's time to step into the grandest version of yourself. It's time to live the life you were divinely designed to live. Remember, you are here for a reason. You have a unique role to play in this grand cosmic dance. Your divine purpose is waiting for you to claim it. So claim it, own it, live it. Because when you do, magic happens. Miracles become commonplace, and you become a living, breathing expression of divine love in action. This is your moment. This is your time. The world is waiting for your light, your gifts, your purpose. So shine brightly, love deeply, serve wholeheartedly, live your divine purpose fully. Because when you do, you not only fulfill your own destiny, you help create a better world for. You are powerful beyond measure. You are divinely guided and protected. You are worthy of living an extraordinary life. So go forth and live your divine purpose. The world is waiting for you. Your time is now. Trust the plan, trust yourself, and watch as miracles unfold in your life. Your divine purpose is not just a possibility. It's your birthright. It's why you're here. It's who you truly are at your core. So embrace it, embody it, become it. Because when you do, you step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. And in that moment, you become unstoppable. So take a deep breath. Feel the power of your divine purpose coursing through your veins. Know that you are exactly where you need to be right now. Trust the journey. Trust the process. Trust the divine plan that's unfolding in your life. You've got this. You were made for this. Your divine purpose is calling. Will you answer? Will you step up? Will you become the person you were always meant to be? The choice is yours. The time is now. Your divine purpose awaits. Go forth and live it fully with all your heart and soul, because when you do, you light up the world. And that, my friends, is what living your divine purpose is all about.